Hi everybody, welcome back to Follow Me, I'm a Foodie India. We have a very special surprise for you today. We have had hundreds of requests to cook. So today,
we're gonna cook buttered chicken. Now, we are really excited about this. We don't do cooking videos, so just cut us a little bit of slack here. If we do a good job at this, make sure and tell us in the comments what you wanna see us cook next.
Yes.
One other thing, we have a really awesome surprise that I know you guys are gonna love at the end of this video. So stick around to the very end. Let's get started. So the first thing we did was chop this chicken thigh that we bought into some nice little chunks here. We want this to cook evenly. We've got 1.5 pounds here. So we're just gonna throw this right into the bowl. And then it's time to make the marinade. So we are gonna start with 1/2 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 1 tablespoon of garlic paste, and then we're going to put just a little bit of salt to taste. With everything in the marinade in the bowl now, we're just gonna give it a really good mix. You want this to get into every nook and cranny of this piece of chicken here. It is going to taste so good. It already smells so amazing. So this is looking great. This is exactly what we want. One more thing before we put this in the fridge and let it go is we just gotta get a little bit of lemon juice in there because that is gonna really bring this chicken to life. Put a little moisture in the bowl. One last mix here, and then this goes in the fridge. Now you can put it in the fridge for up to 2 days, but ain't nobody got time for that. So we're putting it in for like a ½ hour, and it will be fantastic. Now I'm gonna kick it over to Joy.
while the chicken is marinating, we're gonna go ahead and prep for the gravy. So this recipe calls for 4 large tomatoes. In our case, we have 9 smaller tomatoes. They just looked more vibrant, and I think they're beautiful. So one thing that's great about these tomatoes is you just chop them. In the gravy, we just want them to be kind of mushed down when you get to the end of it. So I'm just cutting these in quarters. They're not looking pretty. You're not trying to do anything beautiful with them. You're literally just chopping these tomatoes. Next, we are going to dice 1 full red onion. I don't know why they call them red because they're purple, but I'm gonna dice this pretty finely because what I want to do is get as much of the aroma out into the air. It not only smells better when it's cooking, but I just think whenever you're sweating these and breaking them down, it just really helps release all the flavors in it. Like I said with the tomato, we're not trying to make this beautiful. We're literally just breaking it down so we can puree it later. Now, one thing that I love about this, my dad taught me to cut onions this way, and it's so satisfying because that is all we're trying to do. So if you can dice them like I just showed you, makes it perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and add these onions in with the tomatoes. Now that we have that all cut up, the last thing that we're adding with our vegetables is chilies. Now you can do any kind of chili you want. You can do jalapeno, habanero, ghost pepper chilies. I picked up these green chilies from the store. We're probably just gonna do half of these. Now you can de-seed them if you're worried about the spice. We love spice, so we're gonna go ahead and just chop it and throw them in.
So now that Joy has got everything prepped, this chicken is done. It smells so good. It's not even cooked yet, but it is time to start cooking this chicken. We're gonna put a tablespoon of ghee into a pan that is already getting warmed up. This is buttered chicken, so let's not be stingy. Little bit more butter. We're gonna wait for that to heat up, and it's time to start cooking the chicken. This is what the marinated chicken looks like. Look at all the beautiful spice we have on there. This butter is ready to go. So let's just start dropping this in. So there's about 1.5 pounds of thigh meat here, and we really just want it to get cooked through. That's all that we're really looking for here. This probably shouldn't take more than 5 to 7 minutes. So this chicken looks nice and done. We are gonna use this same pan, so we are simply going to drop this out, and then it'll be time to start on the curry.
So I've added about another tablespoon of ghee, and now we're ready to add these vegetables in. Just dump them all in there. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I want to just eat everything right now, but I know it's going to be worth the wait. So we're going to start sweating these, and we're going to add probably about a cup of water here in just a moment. This is breaking down pretty nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and add some water now, and then we're going to add our cashews in there. We're going to let this simmer for a while, and then we're going to add some amazing spices to it. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and 1 teaspoon of garlic paste. So we're going to mix this a little bit and let it simmer for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to puree it.
All right, so our gravy has been cooking down. It looks great. Now we are going to pour it in here, and this is the fun part. It is time to give it a nice puree. So now I've got this pureed down as far as it can be pureed, and now the trick is just to get it strained so that we can get this sauce going here. We're gonna strain this right back into the pan that we started with, which is great for me because Joy gets mad at me all the time. I'll cook the meal and I'll end up using every pot in our entire house. So I think this is gonna be good for us because this looks absolutely great. It's really straining well, but let me tell you, this is a lot harder than I thought. I've already been at this for a couple of minutes, and I think my hand is starting to cramp a little. But look, we got that much to go, so the work continues on. That took about 3 hours, but we're back and it's looking good. All we have left here is tomato seeds, tomato skin, that kind of good stuff. But look at this beautiful gravy that we got going here. So now the next step is to add everything back in, and Joy is gonna take us home.
We are at the last step, so we're gonna add the remaining ingredients, which is cream. We have a cup of cream here, and I'm gonna pour that whole thing in. It's really gonna thicken this up, and then some fenugreek. I'm going to break this apart because it really helps get the aroma into there. It just makes it a lot more fine, so it'll mix in with everything a lot better too. Finally, this amazing smelling chicken. It still has ghee all over it. It's butter chicken, so that's okay, right? So we're gonna get all of this in, mix it up really good. As soon as it starts to simmer, we're practically gonna be ready to eat.
So it's been simmering for 7 to 10 minutes. It is done. We are ready to eat this. Look how beautiful this came out. I have no idea how it's gonna taste, but let's get it plated up. We are pairing it with some basmati rice, and this is pretty exciting. Now we're plated up. We have one last step here. A little bit of fenugreek. Beautiful. And just a little bit of chilled cream. And voila. Let's eat. Okay, guys. I think we did it. We'll find out here in just a little bit. I mean, it looks like
It looks pretty.
butter chicken. I'm excited to try it.
Smells like butter chicken?
It smells good, yeah. You try it first. Her favorite thing is butter chicken, so she's going to give it the first shot.
Well, I keep finding a new favorite thing.
That's true.
It's actually really good.
Yeah? You like
Yeah,
it?
I do.
All right, my turn.
It's delicious.
So one thing I noticed right off the bat is it's not quite as red as some of them are. You can kind of see it's just a little bit more orangey. I don't know if we missed something there. I think we did it like almost perfect.
Spicy.
But
the more I chew, the spicier it gets. The first bite I had with some of that cream on it.
Oh
the
yeah.
cream, it's super spicy.
We definitely put too much red chili in there. I don't know how much we were supposed to put, but I'm guessing we probably doubled or tripled it because it has some real heat. We paired it with some basmati rice here, and it's got pretty good flavor. I don't know that I would call this like 100% win because it just doesn't have the quality of the other butter chickens I've had. Like, it just doesn't have the amazing taste, But I wouldn't call it a fail either.
I think it's good. I mean, I would eat this again for sure, but if I was going to eat butter chicken, I would go buy it because my favorite butter chicken place is here in town at Indian Oven, so.
Plus it takes 5 minutes instead of 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that is helpful. But I am happy with this.
Me
For
too.
our first try, I am going to give us a pat on the back and say so-so. But edible, that's a win in my book. So we promised you a big surprise at the end, and now it is time for that. We are going to have my grandparents taste what we just made, and I hope they can swallow it. So let's do that right now. Okay, so these are my grandparents. This is Muriel. This is Jimmy, also known as Grammy and Grampy. They have had some Indian food before, so they know what they're looking for, sort of. Let's see how they like it. Y'all go for it. Are you that scared of it? That you got to take the tiniest bite ever?
It's delicious. It tastes authentic. It's very good.
I don't know if I should believe them because they're my family and they love me.
And this is a real honor to eat this, too.
That makes us so happy.
Is it too spicy for you?
No.
Not at all?
It's absolutely delicious.
Have you had butter chicken before?
I think I have.
Have you?
I haven't.
And it sort of tastes like it's supposed to?
And it's delicious, yes.
There you have it, guys.
And I love the sauce. No, gravy.
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 We did it.
We did.
Yeah,
So from now
so-
on, when you refer to us in the comments, I will happily take the name of Gordon Ramsay. Not really. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate all the support. If you like this video, make sure and tell us in the comments. And we'll
us
see
know.
you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. That's it.
I think this is delicious.
Do you?
I love hot
It's
stuff.
not too hot.
It's not too spicy. Except when we tasted it before the cream, I was like, oh no. We are finally at the last step. So we're going to add these last... Ouch, sorry, start over. That was hot. Okay, ready?
Is that working?
Okay. Do it with both hands. It's a heavy pen.
It doesn't work with both hands. Okay, ready?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
So they're on bowl number 2. I think we may have done it.
This is wonderful. I mean, absolutely wonderful.
We really hope you enjoyed this cooking video. If you did, let us know what you want to see us cook next. And get ready for another great food video next week.